you've not been to this preserve railway yet yourself, it's definitely worth the trip. It's a lovely railway. It's quite a long preserve railway. It's about 16, 17 miles, maybe, no, sorry, over 20 miles. And therefore gives you a good chance to hear the locos and enjoy the run in some classic stock. I'm slightly confused with Severn Valley, of course, which is 16 miles. Okay, first off, let's get this loco turned on the turntable. Back her out and pull onto the turntable. So first thing we need to do is double check our map and see if we're going where we need to go. Stop at Minehead Down Loop, which is over there. A lot of noise has been moved off, the cylinder box needs to be opened, but a couple of chuffs away and we'll get the thing closed. That's better. So we're just reversing back to this area here. Having cleared the points, we can then change them and let ourselves onto the turntable. Take it slow, driving onto the turntable, ensure the loco is centred before pressing G to commence rotate. And once we're facing the right way, head back out to the end of the station. So I'm just using the map view there to just make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Now we can get moving, release the brakes, reverse it forwards, or cut off as it is in the UK. So this is using the realistic steam setup, which means that even though the regulator's closed, the steam chest still needs to empty, so you still hear it chuffing a little bit as it uses the last bits of steam off from the steam chest. So if you've watched any of Thomas the Tank Engine's antics, you'll know Gordon always had good fun trying to stop on a turntable, and I'm usually not much better. A small dab on the regulator gives us a little bit of steam that we can hopefully control properly, and then we can apply some brakes to slow us down. Open the cylinder cocks, just release the last bit of that steam out. Keep it on, so let's turn it on the turntable. I've got a little bit excitable. Hi Jamie, yes I know, getting on the footplate of a steam loco would be excellent, wouldn't it? It's certainly something I'd like to do more of. I've been on the footplate once or twice. Had the privilege of being on Oliver Cromwell actually many moons ago when it was at the Pressingham Steam Museum. and got to run up and down there. I think it was 100 metres of track or something, but it was great. Lovely loco to be on. Okay, so we've got to go to Minehead Shunt now, down here. So I'm not entirely convinced about what happened with the turntable there, with the jumping around. So fingers crossed, all is good. So I think we're running a bit late, we're possibly running a bit slow doing this manoeuvre. So we've got to go to Minehead Up platform and couple our coaches and then get to Dunster. We've got about 9 minutes to do it, so let's see how we get on. Just checking the map there to make sure that the point in front was set okay. I think I really should have done before we started moving, but never mind. There's our coaches up here in the platform behind us, so we'll go and get those as soon as it gives us the all clear. Good work, we've got a couple up and get going. Hey Jay Walker, thanks for the advice there. It's good work, well worth reminding everybody. TS 2015 is on very big discount at the moment, so it's a great time to get into the hobby, or to add the content that comes with it. The Steam edition, especially with the discount rent, makes for a very, very good deal indeed. Right, off to Dunster. Signalman's given us a green signal. Excellent. We're clear to go. put a 10 mph speed limit inside the area of Minehead, but once we clear the exit up here, I think there's a level crossing as well, then we'll be able to speed up to a whopping 25 miles per hour. Of course, is the maximum for a light railway such as this, and then get on our way to Dunster. Due in at 10:17:30, ETA 10:15:57, so we're actually running on pretty reasonable time. Just wait for the entire of the train to get inside the limit, and then we can speed up. Welcome to the channel there, Shane. Okay, it's time to get some speed up. If you're using the realistic steam model, then one trick if you find yourself running with excess steam and the thing running away from you, if you run with the cylinder cocks open, you'll find that steam dissipates a lot more quickly. As you can see, running on a steam train on a reserve railway doesn't really ever let you open the speed up, but it's still a good way for us to be able to experience that. Evening, Tim Red, thanks for joining the channel. If you're just joining the channel, we're running the Hall locomotive on the West Somerset Railway. I've just noticed on the right of the screen it still says minutes to damage. I shall fix that in just a minute. We just left Minehead and we are due in at Dunster in a couple of minutes' time. So another thing that's worth practicing when you're learning to drive the steam engines is the braking. It works quite differently to how you might be used to it on a more modern locomotive, because the braking is, the term for it is manually lapped, whereas what we're used to is a self-lapping vehicle in some of the more modern ones. What that means is that the pressure gauge here, the vacuum brake pressure, is actually the level at which the brakes are on, and then the controller that I use to operate them, actually what it does is it applies or releases the brakes. It's a bit like having someone sitting on the brake pedal and you saying more, less, rather than actually saying go to 20%, which is what self-lapping does. It does all of that for you. So we're coming up to a 15 miles per hour speed limit. We're going up a bit of a grade, so it's going to be fairly easy to slow down. So let me put some brake on and we'll get down there. So what I did there was applied the brakes, and then you saw the Merc go down, which meant that we started slowing down. Once I got it down to about 12 inches, I then brought it back to the running state, which then meant that the braking rate we were achieving was maintained rather than constantly braking harder. Let's just get this thing slowed down. The mouse out of the way so you can see. So you can see as we drop it down, if I now bring it back to running, it kind of holds the mercury pressure where it is, but we start slowing down. I want to slow down a bit faster, we do that, back to running, and there we are, it stopped. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll make it apply so we don't accidentally run off our brakes. Press T, and there we are, about a minute and a half early. Maybe even 2 minutes early, that's not so clever. Shouldn't really try and run early with trains, it doesn't help the network. So yeah, ideally you want to be running exactly to the timetable. So, but I guess it's better to be early than late. Just realised I hadn't updated the switch page title either. I need to get better at doing that between loops. Welcome back to the channel, 14. The other thing is, while we're stopped at the station, it's a good time to get some more water in the boiler, and if necessary get some more coal in, but we're still doing really well on coal, so let's get some more water in the boiler. One of the reasons this is a good time to do it is because you'll just notice that as I put the water on, so the boiler pressure started going down, and that's because you're injecting cold water into a very hot steam-filled boiler, and what that does is bring the overall temperature down and reduce the boiler pressure that you've got in there. So if you're struggling up a hill, which granted we're probably not going to face too much on this route, but if you are struggling up a hill, the last thing you want to do is suddenly start injecting water and drain away even more of your boiler pressure that you're fighting to keep up. So just move the cut-off full forwards to 75%, ready to get started. If it's not 75% full forwards, and you try and start, if the gear happens to be in the wrong position, then it means that you're not going to get going anywhere because both sides of the cylinder will be blocked. Right, we're clear to go. We've been standing for a minute, so let's get the cylinders cleaned out. The last thing we need is to have a problem with the cylinder blowing off. Always put your brakes back in the running position to avoid wasting steam. At the moment, the high biomass is actually making it so the steam engine is producing steam exceptionally well, which results in the safety going off constant, which is why there's so much noise. As we go, so the biomass will go down, and we'll be able to gain a bit more control over the firebox in the boiler. station is Blue Anchor, and we're due in at 10:25:30. Going to get there at 10:25:12, so near enough on time. Hey Jonesy, welcome back to the channel. Sorry. Gareth is already gone. I just noticed what he was saying about the green screen. Distance signal is green, so we're good to go. See you shortly, Kilville. We'll be around. So one oddity is the Great Western trains all drive on the right hand side, whereas in a lot of cases the platform signals are all on the left hand side, which makes a little bit different. Yeah, this one is a bit loud just because of the safety's going off all the time. Biomass is down to 76%, so it will come under control. Jamie, it depends really. In some cases, yes, if you've got more carriages than platforms, then absolutely that would happen. In this case, I've got plenty of room, so I don't need to. smooth the viewpoint out a little bit so that the safety is going off isn't quite so annoying. Good evening, AC6000. Good to see you on the channel. Press the wrong key. I'm trying to press to drive this train inefficiently at the moment in a desperate attempt to lose some boiler pressure, but I am failing miserably. This engine is just too much engine for this line, I think. Looks like we're hitting an upgrade in a minute on our way to Washford, which is in 1.69 miles. Hopefully the upgrade will give us the chance to spend some boiler pressure. I'll switch the blowers off, I'll switch the dampers off, and I'm leaving the cut-off wide, so we should see some the boiler pressure going down soon. Let's give that a go, AC6000, and see what happens. So you'll notice I switched to the small version of the HUD, the mini HUD, and that's because if you've got the full version of the HUD open, then what you can't do is individually control certain firing and ejecting controls. The game will override you because of those big buttons that do those jobs. So this gauge here is our boiler pressure. Seems to be holding steady. Okay, coming into Washford in just about a half a mile, and make a stop there. Looks like we're going to be about on time, which is good. We do seem to have not had any safeties going off recently, so hopefully one combination of various different actions we've taken has helped lower the boiler pressure a little bit. As we get into Washford, it looks like the grade we're on levels out, so as we're struggling up this, as we're putting our effort into getting up this grade, all of a sudden the train's going to run away from us if we're not careful. Plus we've got the 20 limit to take into account as well. So looking back at the boiler pressure now, we seem to have made a bit of a difference. We're now down to 198 psi, which is good for keeping that safety from going off. But we do need to be a little bit aware. They seem to be priming. That's not clever. $86,000. Yes, we're doing the Miami to West Palm Beach route. I don't think we've announced what rolling stock will be included with it at the moment, but the route itself, I have to say, is looking particularly stunning. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one out, and I shall certainly be demonstrating it at the earliest opportunity. This is Washer, and passengers on the first coach will need to use the rear exit as the front exit has gone past the platform. This was entirely intentional. Trust me, I'm a driver. Get the cutoff put back to full forwards, get the cylinder cocks open, ready for departure. That way they don't get forgotten. Once you're moving and the brakes are off, get the brake lever put back in the running handle to seal that part of the system up a bit. So what I hadn't taken into account there is we're actually going downhill now, so that's a little bit of speeding going on there. That's better. Try and find a sweet spot on the brakes so that we can get down this hill and try and get the speed up to 20 and then hold the brakes at a level which means that we're in control going down. This is one of the places it's really good to learn, really understand how the vacuum brake system works and the manual lapping, so that you can control them a bit quite nicely. It's very good when it all works. Next up is Watch It, due in at 10:42 in 5 minutes time, 1.62 miles. I reckon we're going to be slightly late, but then we are running slightly slow at the moment, so let's see if we can let off the brakes just a little bit and fix that. So Train Boy, what exactly does that mean? I saw that come up, and I must admit I'm a bit of a Twitch noob, so I don't actually know what that means. One in 123 gradient going down, it's just slightly shallower than it was earlier on, so need to reflect that in the braking we're doing. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks very much, Train Boy, appreciate that. Looks like we're nearly at the bottom of the hill here. As I said earlier, the overspeed is at about 0.9 above, so once we get to, we can speed up a bit more before we're going to run overspeed and hopefully try and use that to gain some of our time back. So simple question first, giveaways. Nothing so far. I don't particularly have plans to at the moment, but never say never. Let's let the channel build up, I guess, in some popularity, and then see what we can do from that point on. I'm certainly not ruling it out. I've got nothing to give away at the moment. Your other question, what do I feel about the other simulators out there? Well, you know what? There's some really cool simulators out there, and I play them. I play them too, and I think it's good to see so much competition and everyone taking their own style on it. Because if you actually look at them, it's all very well. You can call these things all train simulators, but they're all slightly different, and they're all taking a slightly different view on the whole thing. Whether or not it's managing more of a whole network, or just driving a train, or whether it's a more accessible approach to a wider audience, or to go to those super levels of detail which perhaps only the more enthusiastic can get into. So I think it's important to have the variety and the choice for everyone to look at. If you're looking for me to talk about a particular other flight simulators and truck simulators, I play them all the time. I'm a big, as you know, we're actually Dovetail are launching FSX on Steam, and I play my Euro Truck Sim 2 myself quite heavily. In fact, I've been interested in the SCS truck simulators, like the 18 Wheels of Steel series, pretty much since the first of the 18 Wheels of Steel games. So they're excellent, thoroughly enjoy them, particularly the new ones. No, I must admit I haven't played Train Fever yet. That's although it does look intriguing from our friends over at Just Trains, if I recall. That's not bad. We arrived at Watch It and we are, I'd say, about 5 seconds early. I think that's a win. Multiplayer is a hot topic. It gets brought up. I mean, it's already been brought up 3 or 4 times so far just this evening. I think it's fair to say that we're well aware of it. We're also aware of a lot of the challenges. Some of the other have approached multiplayer, and they've done some bits great, and perhaps some bits that we think could have been done better. So I think if we, as and when we do a multiplayer, then we've got some really good ideas for how we might tackle it differently. I don't think there's any point in us repeating what other people have done particularly. What does my gaming setup look like? I could probably take a photograph of it and put it online, but really it's just a laptop. There's not much else to it. It's a Dell XPS 170 with a mouse, really. I'm not sure what else to say. All the talking there, I forgot. Cut off cylinder cups. Let's get the brakes off, we're ready to go. Oh yeah, Kill Bill, you can certainly appreciate that we're looking around at all games, not just for multiplayer, but for everything that everybody is doing, and working out what is approachable, what is applicable to what we are doing, and not just in trains even, but in the other games that we're producing. So next stop here is Donovan Holt, and I need to be slowing down. Cylinder box open, cut off pull forward, and we're ready to go. Got Willerton coming up in about half a mile. We should be stopping there also. As soon as I stop here, Gilbert, I shall find out for you. I don't think there's that many left actually. Just noticed we had a red light there, so we need to presumably something coming off on the in the other direction. So let's make sure we don't run that red light. In fact, Willerton's where the journey ends. That's presumably why we've got a red light here. And indeed there is a stream drain coming in the direction. This will be 7F number 88 in Prussian blue. See you guys later. Thanks for joining us on the channel tonight. Didn't quite make the goal there. Too much speeding, I think, was my problem. So never mind. I can have another go at some point. That still puts me at 876. I'm on the leaderboard. Well, that's not too bad. Anyway, it is just gone midnight here, so I am going to call it a night, and we'll be back hopefully tomorrow around the same time, about 9:30 p.m. If you haven't already, then press the follow key, and you'll be able to see when we come back next time. Sorry, Train Boy. After some problems getting started today, we've run behind, so I need to get up, go to bed, so I can get to work tomorrow. If I do another route now, it'll be gone one before I go to bed. Thanks very much for joining us. I'll see you later.